Hey, good evening, guys. Beth here with Good Girls Garage, presenting the Nova again today. It's sorry, I just got off work, and actually I'm not going to work on this car tonight at all. I don't know, I'm sure some of y'all that have real full-time jobs kind of get it, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not a stay-at-home mom and get to play on my phone all day long and post videos. I am the real deal. Just going to say it there. Anyways, moving on here. I got asked the other day, actually yesterday after posting my first video, is what is actually in the car. So to give you guys kind of a background on her, I bought it in 2023, and to kind of give you an idea, let me flip the camera here so you can see. And you can see all that primer right here, all this brown. That is what this whole car was. So for it being a good car. And my dad will even say to this day, you bought this car against my better judgment. Had all the panels, front and rear bumper, and even the grille on here. And so the bumpers were in terrible shape. The car was in okay shape, but we ended up finding that that rear end there was about the only thing that was still in the car. It had the cross member, of course the control arms on the front, so it'd roll. No powertrain in it. Had a back seat, but the back seat was covered in mouse nests and feces, and it was just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So this thing has been a lot of work. That's a new front seat off a Chevelle frame, actually, 72 Chevelle frame. But so what my dad and I did is I put all my money together and started piecing it together. It still got its original panels for the most part. I think this right front fender here is actually off of a green car and not the original gold. But moving on from that, Dad and I went with different size wheels. Lowered the front end about 2 inches. Of course, you can see that the control arms are not stock. And I apologize, she's a mess and I need to clean it. But my biggest thing is to my dad, this is his daughter, and it's going to be a pretty quick car. So we went with 12-inch brakes all around on this car. And one of my next videos here, next weekend or two, I will explain the conversion of how we accomplished that. The powertrain of the vehicle, this is a 396. It has been bored 60 over, so it's technically a 408. Hydraulic lifters, roller rockers, if I'm correct. I'm still kind of learning about how that works. Got comp cams. I purchased Sanderson headers because, and again, I'm going to tell you this right now, I am not supporting them. I'm not selling for anybody. I just bought them because they were gasketless headers. And look at this. Look how thick that is. They're amazing. I've tightened it once since they've been on this car for 1 year. I bought approximately about 200 miles on this engine when it was rebuilt. So I changed the oil in it a little sooner than the brake and oil said to do, but it really needed it. It was getting kind of black. It's a powerful little motor. I got a four row radiator, big block radiator. And I'll tell you what, guys and gals, it doesn't overheat. I haven't had any issues with it. It's actually hard to get it to warm up. Moving on here, rear end is actually a 4.9 rear end. I can get under the car. I'm going to block out here so you can't see my license plate. And you're not going to get a very good picture of the underneath of it. But 4.9s are bulletproof. It's 31 spline. Geared at 327 ratio. Got a T350 transmission that I actually purchased from Herzog Racing. So I got quite a bit of money in the powertrain, but not as bad as you think. One thing I have learned with projects, that if any of you are getting new into this, you're probably better off to just buy the car, or at least almost already done. However, you can miss it's just something out of it, guys. Like, once the project's done, it's like, that's it. You know, that's it. That's one of the reasons why I decided I didn't want to paint the car. I want to drive it. I want to enjoy it. I want to have fun. I want to have something I can work on. That's why I'm not finishing it all at once, because at least I can get to hop in it and go to my next car show and hang out with my old men that I like to talk to. Maybe flirt with a little bit, because they got some really nice cars. But it's amazing feeling, especially as a woman. So any women out there, you can do this too. Girls, I don't know shit about cars, hardly at all. I do work at a dealership. I've worked as a service assistant manager for years and years and years, so I have a little bit of inclination. And my dad built hot rods, choppers. Heck, he even freaking had an airplane frame welding in a basement of a house. It was an old cellar style basement, so yes, you could get the frame out of the house, but I ain't kidding. That's what my dad did. Not that I knew how to do any of that, but this car has been a great pathway for me to learn how to do it. By the way, I hate welding. I don't want to do it. But just have fun. Enjoy it. And if you guys have any questions about where to get parts, you know, anything, prices, the best thing is always try to stick with American. Try to look at your fenders, be able to see them personally. Fenders, bumpers, anything metal to the car that you're going to paint or want to look nice. Always be able to put your eyes and hands on them before you take it. Don't have them shipped. Any possibility, somebody can take them. And I can explain that in another video so you guys can kind of understanding, because working in the service world, parts world for most of my lovely adulthood life, I can kind of tell you easier ways to get parts. Anyways, if you guys have any other questions, stay tuned. I will have another video. And you guys have an amazing night. And good night from Beth at Good Girls Garage. Bye.